Next, I'd like to introduce Mick Orlowski. Mick is the Director of Marketing at Camera Bits, the makers of Photomechanic. For most working photojournalists, Photomechanic is the tool for image selection, captioning, cropping, and sending images. Tonight, Mick will be sharing information about Photomechanic Plus, a brand new product from Camera Bits that creates an image database to catalog all the photos you've taken across all your hard drives. Mick, take it away.
Thank you very much, Lance. Hello, everyone out there in Atlanta, photojournalism seminar land. It's great to be here. I've got a few minutes to share Photomechanic Plus with you. I assume most folks are familiar with Photomechanic, but I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to talk about something new from us, and that's Photomechanic Plus. We've been a big fan of the Atlanta Photojournalism Seminar for years, so thanks very much for having us on this year. This is a whole new thing, and we're really, really digging it. All right, here we go. So this is, as you may recognize, Photomechanic. Photomechanic Plus is basically everything that is in Photomechanic. We're looking at Photomechanic Plus, but if you're familiar with Photomechanic, this is your contact sheet area, your favorites up here, your navigator. You can do all your ingests in here. It's basically as if you're running Photomechanic with one notable addition, and that's a powerful image database to manage all the photos, basically all the photos on all your drives. And it's been a long time coming. Those some of you who have been following us for years have known we've let loose some rumors here and there about it. There have been a lot of questions about it over the years. It's taken a long time. We admit that, but it's definitely taken a long time because we wanted to get it right, because we're making a tool to manage your entire image collection. And we knew that really we couldn't get it wrong. Like we couldn't just roll something out there and see if it worked or if it didn't work. So I had to go through so much testing, so much work and development and refinement till we can get it to a place where it's really commensurate with the photomechanics experience that a lot of photojournalists for sure have come to rely on. So let me, as we're looking here, this is Photomechanic. So over here, up at the top here, you can see the there's a toggle. This is the sort of the navigator pane that you're familiar with. Click over here is now a catalog interface, and this is a way to look at basically, like, as I said, all your images. And I have a couple catalogs in here, but I want to show you. First of all, how you would create a new catalog. There's a new menu item up in the top, catalog, and you could go to scan to catalog would be the first thing you would do. And what I've done here is these are some catalogs I already have, but you would pick a folder to scan. You could have as many folders as you want. You can have folders to exclude. If you want to exclude extensions, anything that you have on drives that you know you don't want catalog, that's fine. And then you would start. And so what I've done here is I've created a couple catalogs. One is just everything that's on my desktop, and one is on this sort of external drive here that has about 36,000 images. And let's go into, this is the organizer tab, and we can see we can either search or add modify to any of these. Let's go in here. And I'm going to skip to the filter tab, because the filter tab is basically how you would start if you wanted to look at everything. So let's start a new filter here. And now I'm looking at basically, was it close to 40,000 images here or more. And as you can see, like you can scan through these and load this up, and it's very fast. Once you have everything built here, it can go through a lot of images. In our tests, we try to test with up to 1 million photos in one particular catalog, and we were able to scroll just this fast. I just saw on Facebook someone who said they did 1.5 million photographs, and yeah, that blew my mind. This is like I wish I had this earlier in my career to sort of catalog everything I wanted. This makes finding any images on external drives. Basically, you can scan to catalog from external drives, plug in the drive, scan everything to the catalog, unplug the drive, and everything will still be here in your catalog for you to access, look at previews, change and work with the metadata. You can go through ratings and whatnot. Now, as I said, this is the filter tab, and I can you can create filters based on any of these type of metadata fields that you may have used. Because capture time, obviously, that's a huge one. If you want to, narrow down from date taken, you can get down to month. You can get down to specific days. We can look through here, and you can stack. So these filters can also be stacked. We can do a capture time filter. Say, let's capture time. So everything from this year. Some scans in there, but then if I also wanted, I could add another filter in here and say, oh, only show me a color class or a rating. Let's do a rating. Anything 2 stars. I could do 3 stars. Different things in here. And then once everything is in this thing, the context sheet area here behaves just like Photo Mechanic always has. So you can go to an image. You can now take a look at the, start adding metadata, IPTC metadata to it. Do all the things, all the batch tools, all the file renaming things. As long as you do it here in the Photo Mechanic window, Photo Mechanic Plus is going to know that you've done it. And another thing that was very important to us, and I'd like to mention here, is that Photo Mechanic has never, it's always basically looked at photos that are on your machine. It doesn't sort of put them into, doesn't sort of take over them. Like, for example, if you put like your photos into Apple Photos, it kind of puts it into the sort of hidden database. But these images are like these. You can still find them. These images are still in my dated folder structure that I've created, and I can go and find them and work with them. Like, things aren't hidden. That was a big deal for us, that we wanted to make this tool that was fast, that was powerful to use with all your images, but still let you work with folders and let you keep things in folders the way you've always sort of gotten used to, if that makes sense. Yes, so that's a brief sort of introduction to filters. You can also browse, just go into here and browse by these sort of things. You can look at my, if I want to just all my 5-star images here. And then now I'm going to go back to the search tab, because this is kind of the most powerful thing. So this search box is ridiculously powerful. For those of you who have used a lot of DAM types solutions, in fact, I'm going to go in here, and if you just click on this dot, you can go to some example searches here and show some of the types of searches you can do. You can get very, very complex. You can do, you can stack different keywords or search for different keywords, different locations. You can use operators like between, and, or, greater than, equal to. So like for example, let's go into here, and I'm going to search for keywords music. Then we'll do rating greater than 3. Now this will just, as you see how fast this searched through the 40,000 images and gave me everything that had the keyword that included music, and a star rating that was greater than 3. So all my 4 and 5-star images are here. It's very, very powerful. And as you can see, it's very quick. That's one of the things that we worked so very hard on. And from here, I want to point out that, as you can see, I have I've set it to search all these catalogs. If I only want to search one catalog, I can turn this off, and I can just search for whatever's on my desktop. And that's it. So, for folks who have been using Lightroom catalogs, for example, or other places, being able to switch from catalogs is just as simple as checking and unchecking a box. So if I wanted to uncheck and go into that and redo this search, it's that fast. for me, that's sort of the thing that really blew my mind, just to be able to switch between active catalogs just by unchecking a box. I don't have to reload. I don't have to restart the program. Very, very fast. The performance is it's what we've, why we use Photomechanic, or at least why I've always used Photomechanic. From there, you can also create some collections. I haven't done a ton of work with creating collections, and I'll tell you why. Because any of these things where I can say I want to search, I can save this search as a snapshot. And I can say, this is my music 3+ stars or something. And I can save that search, and now it's going to be here forever. I can do the same thing with filters. If I created a complex filter here of like a capture time and ratings, I can save that filter as a snapshot, which really for me allows me to create these groups of photos that if I ever need to get back or find them again, that's how you would do that. So that in a nutshell is Photomechanic Plus. As I said, I skipped through a lot of the things, a lot of the Photomechanic features that I hope everyone's familiar with. But if you have any questions about that, I'd be happy to try and answer them as well. What else did I want to tell you about? Show you the scan to catalog, show you the menu. Let's take a look at the catalog menu here. There's a lot of other different things you can. Another thing I would definitely wanted to point out is if you're a Photomechanic user, when you're ingesting new images, I get back from a shoot and I come up in an ingest window here. And I'm saying I'm ingesting something from a new card that just click auto catalog and it's going to add everything to your catalog. So that's so a typical thing would be to scan all your archives to a catalog. Then you can, as you ingest new things that you want to work on, you can send those into a catalog. And what you can do, you auto catalog as you ingest, but when you go through and do your cull and get rid of your rejects and keep your selects, that's going to get your rejects out of your catalog as well, because you're doing it all in Photomechanic. So that's, we really wanted to make it work as if you were if you're a longtime Photomechanic user, basically to make it as easy as possible to use these new catalog features, if that makes sense. Let's see. I see. Will it work over a network? I'm looking at questions. Will it work over a network? Not currently. It is something we're keen on trying to get to work. We would not recommend it currently to work over a network. Can it handle video files? It can handle video files basically as well as Photomechanic itself can handle video files, which is to say there's some basic support for them. If you install a third-party video viewer, we have kind of links to that in the Photomechanic install process. It's called GStreamer, and then you can then see thumbnails of videos and open up a preview window and show a video in the preview window. How big would the database be for 1 million images is the question. That's a good question. It really depends on images, because if you're dealing with 1 million images, sort of the variance can be fairly great, because the Photomechanic basically will go through and generate some previews for these images, and the previews can be anywhere from a few K to a few 100K per image. That's I don't have a great answer for how big a database would be for 1 million images, but I know that I've seen it just kept on an external drive. One other question I see here is, do you need to have Photomechanic 6, or does this do what 6 does? So that's a great question. Photomechanic Plus basically includes all the features of Photomechanic 6. As I said, if you go in here and click over here, now I'm basically looking at Photomechanic 6, and I can go in here and open up contact sheets the way I do ingest. Photomechanic Plus is basically Photomechanic 6 with this additional feature in it. You can upgrade from Photomechanic 6 to Photomechanic Plus, or you can buy Photomechanic Plus straight on its own, and when you do that, you get basically all the features. see, a question here from us. Does it need to be connected to the hard drive that holds its catalogs for? Does it make thumbnails so that you can access everything all at once? As long as your catalog file itself is connected to your computer, which I would recommend putting it either on your hard drive or like an SSD that you can then unplug the drive that the actual photos are on and do all these management tasks and view the photos. And you can even, as you go into the browsing and you look at the folder path, if you look at the folder path, it can tell you basically what volume it was on. So if you name something, like my 2019 archives drive or something, you would see that in the volumes. Like I have this here in my SanDisk external drive. These things are different people, but you can see like where the locations of the files were. So I can unplug these drives and still see this information. So if I see something in here, if you'll see this little green dot here, that shows that the photo itself is accessible. If it's not, this will turn yellow, but you'll still see the thumbnail. If you double click it, you'll still see the preview image. And then if you want to actually access it, you can then look at the file path to see what drive it's on. Hopefully that answered that question. So yeah, like I said, we've been working on this for a very long time. We've had some people eagerly awaiting this. We've had some beta testers that have been working very, very hard, and we're thrilled with how this came out. We've got a lot of plans to keep improving, keep refining, but I think we've got it to a point now that this is currently very, very useful for folks who have a lot of images. I know a lot of people have told us they want to get away with what they're using. What they're using might be the performance might not be so great. So that was a key driver for us. We're very proud of Photomechanic Plus. So, a question on the pricing. Yeah. So Photomechanic 6, just the basic Photomechanic, is $139. Photomechanic Plus, this database version of Photomechanic, for the launch around the official launch is really on Black Friday, but it is available now. We're doing we did an early soft release, and the introductory price is $229 for the Photomechanic Plus. The full retail is scheduled to be $399. I don't know when that switchover will happen. The introductory price will be going definitely through Black Friday / Cyber Monday and all of quote unquote Cyber Week. But yeah, we're very excited and hope that it can make a lot of photographers' lives easier. The upgrade price is basically the difference between the Photomechanic Plus price and Photomechanic. So the upgrade from Photomechanic 6, if you have Photomechanic 6, you upgrade for $90 and you get it. So that's it. Hopefully, there's a 30-day free trial, no credit card required. If you go to camerabits.com and get the free trial, you get the free trial of Photomechanic Plus. You get all the features. You don't have to put a credit card down, and give it a try. Fire it up. You get free tech support. We offer free phone and email tech support to even our free trial users. So yeah, I would you definitely just give it a shot. Let's see. I think we're going to wrap it up here. One more question for you. Just a Photomechanic 5 is that we're upgrading to 6 and 6 Plus. The big driver there is if you're on Photomechanic 5, Photomechanic 5 won't work on Catalina and newer Mac operating systems. The 64-bit operating system, Photomechanic 5 does not work on that. So I would say if you want to keep a modern or a current Mac OS on your computer, you will have to go to Photomechanic 6.
That's great. Well, you've sold me. You sold me. I'm sure I'll be upgrading. That's fantastic features, actually. I wanted to ask you one thing I noticed when I was looking through your website. It was an interesting background on your founder. Can you discuss where he came from? Do you know his backstory there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Dennis Walker was
just the short version.
I mean, he's been a lot of things in his life. He's been a magician. He was a game developer for a long time. He got into image processing. He was at the Super Bowl in I believe it was 1996, and it was the first year that AP was using digital cameras at the Super Bowl, basically. And they were shooting and running memory cards to the editor, and they were getting the images on a screen, and they didn't even auto rotate. So the editors or anything that was in portrait mode, they had to turn their image. Like, they were just wrestling with those files. And Dennis was like, "You need a tool to be able to get these." He understood what was going on because he was doing some, I think some color filter work or something something along those lines. But he recognized the need for a tool. At that point, and he wrote something. Originally, it was called, I believe, Quantum Mechanic, but quickly changed names to Photo Mechanic, and that's how it was born. It was born at the Super Bowl, basically.
Wow. Oh, that's great. Well, Mick, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I can't imagine most photojournalists wouldn't see the value in the upgrade here. So
Well, it's
again.
Well, we continue to sell Photo Mechanic 6. If this isn't something you can certainly just stick with Photo Mechanic, the original, and we're happy with that too. Thank you also, Lance, and to Tammy as well for all the great work that she does with the photojournalism seminar. And thank you to all the photojournalists out there. I feel like we're at a point in history where I really feel the work of the photojournalists that I know. I know you're going to have Beth Nakamura on speaking later on in this event, and she's a hero of mine. But I really believe that the work that the photojournalists are doing on the front line has really made a difference. So I'm just honored to hopefully we can help.
Yeah, you definitely do. All right. Amen. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We are going to resume tomorrow with more contest judging and more sponsor presentations. So Saturday will be an incredibly exciting day, I think. If we've heard a preview from some of our speakers, including Beth, like you say, and Carrie. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg of what you're going to hear on Saturday. So please stay tuned. Please come back. Please support our sponsors because they're the ones that help us bring all this great free programming to you. So good night, everybody.